Michigan's largest cycling event is rolling into town this weekend, and whether you want to ride, volunteer, or simply watch, there are plenty of ways to take in the KeyBank Gran Fondo. But more than a ride, this is also a big fundraiser for Mary Free Bed. Today we're learning more about the impact. We've got Jocelyn Detloff. She is the Major Gifts Director for the Mary Free Bed Foundation. Tom Flynn is the Sports Coordinator for the Wheelchair Sports. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thanks for having us. I appreciate
Thank you.
So let's talk about it. I mean, I think a lot of people know about this, but if you haven't heard about the Gran Fondo, tell us what this is.
Gran Fondo in Italian means big ride. So you can ride your bike 12, 25, 40, or 80 miles with 1,500 of your closest friends out to Grand Haven and back for the 80-mile ride. And it's a party, basically. And we are fortunate at Mary Free Bed in the Wheelchair and Adaptive Sports Department that we're one of the beneficiaries of this big ride.
Yeah, absolutely. And so talk about, this is also a community event because, these are for the hardcore riders, but this is also for the families too. I mean, this is something you can get the family together and have a really fun experience.
We can. It's the family ride is 12 miles. And even one of our little patient rock stars, Dahlia, she's 4 years old. She is going to be doing the 12-mile.
Oh my goodness.
And if a 4-year-old and if Dahlia can do it, almost anybody can do it. And a lot of former patients, a couple hand cyclers will also be competing. But it's a terrific opportunity to support Mary Free Bed. Funds go to Wheelchair and Adaptive Sports, Mary Free Bed Kids, and our rec therapy program.
Wonderful.
And last year, $81,000 was raised, and we are on target to beat that record this year.
Wonderful. And talk about the impact of these programs. I mean, the Wheelchair and Adaptive Sports program just blows my mind.
And that's, fortunately, I get to work in that department, and I always say it's a fun department.
Yeah.
And what we do is we provide opportunities to play sports for persons with physical, cognitive, and visual impairments. And we don't want money to be a barrier to anybody playing. So we are 95% philanthropy. We do charge $125 for a person to play on our teams, but then we pick up a lot of the expenses, the travel expenses, the coaching, the facility fees, equipment, new jerseys, things like that. And we provide that opportunity for many teams, classes, and clinics for our community.
Yeah, and some of these teams are really, really great and go on and win national titles, right?
And
they do.
One of our teams, the Mary Free Bed Overdrive Power Soccer team, is in Fort Wayne. They leave tonight for nationals, and we hope to come home with some hardware. We're in first place in our division right now.
Ooh, okay.
So we're hoping to come home with some hardware. So Coach Pete and Coach Livy and Coach Jason have been working really hard to hopefully bring that home, and that's what we want. We want to compete for national championships.
Yeah, and as you do. All right, so for this event too, if people are thinking I don't want to get the bike out, this is not my thing, there are still other ways to get involved. You are still looking for volunteers.
We are. There's packet pickup on Friday and Saturday morning. Volunteers are needed at some of the rest stops, at the Finish Line Festival. That is a huge party at the end. Many volunteers are needed for that. You see the cyclers come across the finish line. And even at the start, to see 1,500 cyclers start out on Fulton Street is pretty inspiring and a pretty incredible thing to see.
Yeah, you still get all of those good feels by just volunteering, right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, that's in fact how I started with Mary Free Bed, is I was a volunteer.
Yeah.
And it was a blast to help out and get to meet people, and now I get to do this as my job, and it's awesome.
And you're doing the 40-miler.
Yeah. So I was gonna say, and this is a ride I've done probably 10 times.
Okay.
And so now the good part is the last 2 years, our department is one of the beneficiaries. So for me, it means a little bit more.
Absolutely, it comes full circle. All right, perfect. So, and then yes, there is a big party at the end too. After you volunteer, you get to go to the party as well, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a fun party at the end. Yes.
There you go. All right, so lots of opportunities for fundraising, for volunteering. You can still register to ride if you want, and then the fundraising goes on for a week after this event happens.
Yep, so if you just didn't get around to it, but you want to support a rider or the event, you can go online, make a gift, and KeyBank Gran Fondo is where to go.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Jocelyn. Tom,
You're
good
welcome.
luck.
Thank you. I appreciate you having us.
Absolutely. And here are the details. Coming up this Saturday, the start is right on Fulton, so you can come cheer on these riders too if you want to do it. 8 a.m. is when the 80-miler starts. The festival ends. 4 p.m. is when the kickoff party begins. KeyBankGranFondo.com to learn more. You can also go to Facebook and Instagram for more details.